Okay, Wendy, the recording is in process. It is the day after the Alabama Crimson Tide beats Oklahoma 34 to 24. Wendy, what is that on top of the it looks like a leaf.
It is. I have this sitting on my cutting board and there's a floral arrangement. And Trey, it is what it is. We're never been professionals. So right now there's going to be a leaf. Is it bothering you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Like
Trey.
you can't move the leaf.
Well, when I move it, Trey, I'm getting
Now
Christmas.
you're
Look, it looks great. Go.
Oh my gosh. Well, Wendy, listen, we decided to jump on here. It is Saturday morning. About 11 o'clock. Miami and Texas A&M are about to kick off.
Yes.
Wendy, last night, rock and roll season 2025.
God.
I mean, listen, it was a long day yesterday.
Yeah.
Long day. Alabama comes on. Wendy, if you haven't listened to this before, my name's Trey. This is my sister, Wendy. This is Fourth and Wendy. We do this for a lot of friends, family. We talk about Alabama football. We do put this out on podcast. Like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. But Wendy, I had to get a reaction. Last night we talked, and I'll say this range of emotion was Kalen DeBoer needs to just go straight to Michigan and
Yes.
skip going back to Tuscaloosa to this coach is our coach.
Yes.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
Range of emotion, and that's what fans are for. I mean,
Right.
you start thinking about all these whimsical people out there being like, "Oh, ride or not." No, we're fans,
Yeah,
and
we're
we're going
fans.
to ride the wave. That's the point of it. I mean, if we were some coach or some commentator, we would just be like, "Oh yeah, it's just the players making the plays." No, we ride the train. And
Yeah.
last night I rode the train, Wendy.
Trey. Not only did we ride the train, we went through every mountain. We came off the rails 4 or 5 times, righted the shit. Like it was the most insane thing I've personally ever been through. So let's just like the range of emotions for me were fire the coach, get rid of all the kids, start with the new roster, fire every coach on the sideline. Um, they all need to put their street clothes on and go home with their parents. Don't even give them a ride home. Like Trey, I fired myself as a fan. Literally was like, I'm never doing another podcast. I'm not giving my energy to this football team. I mean, Trey, it was just insanity for me. And, I don't know if I'm proud of myself for that. I don't know if it's, excuse me. I don't know if Trey, if some of it's that we're a spoiled fan base. We had Nick Saban for so long. And really, when we lost games, it was kind of like it wasn't even that big of a deal. You weren't going to win them all. Um, and
But
now
you
we're
were
like,
still in the games.
you were still in the game. And now it just feels like what Alabama football is this particular year is a gritty football team. And boy, they showed some grit last night. They showed some grit. They showed some heart. I'm back in love with everybody. I think Kalen DeBoer is the best man that's ever been invented. I love his wife, his kids. I mean, Trey, it's just back to a fairy tale today. We've got what, 12, 13 days till the next one. But let's just talk about it. Let's get into it. First quarter, what are you thinking? I mean, we're down 0-17.
Alabama comes out and we win the toss and we're going to kick off. We stop them. Then we go three and out. Oklahoma scores. That was fine. I told Destiny, I said, right when the game started, I thought Mateer looked scared. I mean,
Right.
it's the best way I could describe it. I was like, I think we've got this. This guy looks uncomfortable
Right.
to me. And then they score the touchdown. More of an intricate part of the game. The first kickoff that we got, I think Brooks tried to return it and returned it to the 11-yard line.
Right.
And I'm like, fair catch the ball and get the ball at the 25-yard line. I mean, this is a
Right.
field position thing.
Right.
We end up getting sacked. We end up having to punt it. And I was really frustrated at the time. We're only down 7-0. Then obviously we go down 17-0, and I mean that's the rub point. Where is our team going to lay down?
Right.
Are we going to come back? I mean, this is getting to a critical factor. And Wendy, I'm yelling. I've yelled
Yeah,
more
I
last
yelled.
night in the first quarter than I have yelled in a long time.
Right.
Just because it didn't look like our guys were ready, there was no edge to
Right.
our team.
No toughness.
And so the text threads are going crazy.
Crazy.
Everybody's upset. And then Alabama turns on the gas.
Oh my gosh. So here's the thing about how that first quarter went It didn't feel like our defense could do anything, and certainly our offense was doing nothing. I want everybody to remember we had 12 total yards in the first quarter of this football game. 12 yards in 15 minutes, y'all. That's not even a yard per minute. Like, it was bad. It was the worst we've looked. Even against Georgia, we looked better against Georgia than we did against this game. So I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, we're either going to have to figure out how to stop them, or we got to get a turnover. Something's going to have to go our way. We figure out a way to get this is going crazy. It's loud. You know, you're just like, how can we get our foot back in the door, right? You know, it's not going to be through the run game. You know, like you basically have to be one dimensional if you're Alabama. So I think, though, the turning point for me was when we got our first touchdown. When he caught that ball, he had a first down. You know what I mean? He broke 3 tackles to get into the end zone, and that was the first time I remember in the game thinking we might want to win this game. Like, it looks like they want to win, right? They're being tough. They're trying. And I really feel like, for me, going for it, what was it, 4th and 2, another 4th and 2.
Yeah.
We were already down. We kind of had to go for it. And it just shows you, again, that Kalen DeBoer's really not scared to make, you know, we could have gone for 3 there and got a field goal. He's like, hey, that's not going to do us any good. You know what I mean? So that's when I started kind of turning around. But I do want to fast forward a hair. Alabama didn't play exceptionally well. Like, I don't want to sit here. Look, I'm glad we won. But I woke up this morning and wasn't like completely impressed with the University of Alabama. I'm still not completely impressed with Ty Simpson. Like, here, Trey, here's the deal. We made the plays when we had to make the plays. The turnover was huge. Running that back, tying it right before half, massive deal, 17-17. But Trey, it was almost like everything in between the big plays really wasn't that pretty. Let me say this. There's 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, Trey. We can't get 3 yards to just extend the drive to bleed the clock. Like,
Wendy,
Trey,
are you becoming an unreasonable fan?
I have been an unreasonable fan. What do you mean?
Wendy, we just won one of the most epic college football playoff games, and I know we're in a new era. I know there's not that much to go off of, but I mean, Wendy, we're down and out. I mean, this was one of the greatest football games I've seen Alabama play. I'm not worried that we can't pick up a first down at the end of a game when Oklahoma knows you're going to run the ball. Kalen DeBoer played it how he wanted to play it. To be honest with you, I can't complain today. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain because we can't get a first down at the end of the game when we're up by 10 yards. I'm not going to do it. That's not the fan I am.
Okay, so you literally just got on here to be like, we won. I'll see y'all later. Bye. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was fun, and I'm glad we won too. And
Wendy, you can bash the team as much as you want to bash the team.
I didn't bash the team.
Well, you're still wondering why we couldn't finish the game at the end of the game. We won by 10 points. Your score prediction was actually fairly close, 34-24. I think there was a lot more points in the game than people thought.
Yeah, and you laughed.
We'll run down some stats. Daniel Hill, the running back, did really good last night. Had a really big run last night. Looked better than Jam Miller. For sure, in my opinion. Jeremy Bernard, once again, missed a few catches, but caught an unbelievable pass there in the fourth quarter. And I'll say this, I am shocked on that Jeremy Bernard pass that he caught. Everybody's seen it. He goes up over. Really surprised they did not look at that again. Because, I mean, he caught it, but when he was going to the ground, and I don't know the rule technically, but when he was going to the ground, that defender started bobbling that ball, and that ball was moving around.
Right.
Really surprised they didn't review that play, but a big step-up play by Jeremy Bernard. I thought Ty Simpson settled down into the game. I mean, he throws some passes once again to Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams does not catch the ball. I don't understand. I really don't understand that. I can understand going across the middle and somebody's about to take your head off. I don't understand jumping up and not catching the ball.
Right.
It's hard for me to understand stuff like that.
Right.
Brooks, our freshman, he was the player of the game.
100%.
And if people don't think recruiting is important, and most people do, but he's a freshman.
Right.
And Brooks literally won the game for Alabama last
Yep.
night. They got him the football. Isaiah Horton had a couple of really big catches.
Mm-hmm.
Cuevas, just
Yes.
kind of going down the list here. Cuevas had, really good security blanket for Alabama. One little thing about the end of the game, I'm looking at Ryan Williams, is it's 3rd and 8 at the end of the game, and we're trying to run the clock out.
Right.
And Alabama throws a swing pass to Ryan Williams.
Yep. Who's been dropping all season?
Let's get that ball tipped and run back,
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Might have outthought themselves there, Winnie. But listen, incredible comeback for Alabama.
Well, let me say this: who you did not touch on is the University of Alabama's defense. Huge accolades to Kane Womack. After the first quarter, not only did he make adjustments, he made adjustments in the middle of the game, not at halftime, not at the end of the game. I'm talking beginning of second quarter. This man made adjustments. Ever since the Florida State game, our defense has gotten better and better. We really don't get, in my opinion, excuse me, guys. In my opinion, he's not getting enough credit for the way our defense is playing. Our defense kept us in that ball game.
Yep.
Period. It made big time plays when we had to make them, made some big time stops when we had to make them. I give all the accolades in the world to our defense. And let me say this, when the world there's two people that watch the Alabama football game. It's Alabama fans and then everybody else, and they hate us. So I did bring slight joy last night when I went to bed, thinking about all those people that thought, Alabama's going to lose. And it put a big old smile on my face. I slept like a baby because, we ruined a lot of people's lives last night. And it's not just Oklahoma fans, right? I know we ruined their lives for sure, but we absolutely, the whole rest of the country that literally watches to see us lose, congratulations. Alabama figures a way to pull it out once again. I will say this. If I had to describe our team, it's gritty. We're a gritty little football team. You really can't ever count Alabama out of a game. And they proved that last night because, Trey, we scored 27 points before they scored another 7, and we held them to 7 points in the second half. Yeah. That's a huge deal. Yeah. Defense came in clutch last night. So
50 Cent came out at the start of the fourth quarter, tried to give them some vibes. And I'm like, what? So 50 Cent's a Oklahoma fan? They're like, no, he has no affiliation with with Oklahoma. Then they scored. I'm like, we're in a battle royale, and it really is a game of runs. Yeah, it's a game of runs. It's a lot like basketball. Oklahoma made a run, Alabama made a run, and then when Oklahoma made another run, Ty Simpson drives us down the field, and we end up scoring that touchdown. Yep. Huge play in the game. Wendy, text threads were off the chain last night. We had people. A lot of catch the ball. Yeah. We had chicks dig the long ball. We had a lot of catch the ball. I'm just kind of scrolling through theirs. We have people wanting to dock checks for missing the ball.
Right.
And then as you see it, everybody starts picking it up. You don't want them to run the ball anymore. We need a turnover.
Right.
Not a lot for Jam Miller in this.
Yeah.
A lot of references to pro throw.
Yeah. Pro-esque was the word. I do want to call out one earlier. They're falling apart physically. That's when I knew that. Oh, Trey, it was literally the most nerve-wracking game I've ever been in. And listen, isn't that Alabama's season really? I think this is our highest scoring game other than a cupcake game. I think we scored more points in this game than any other game we played in other than the cupcake game. So, at the end of the day, Trey, you can say whatever you want about Oklahoma's defense. I feel like our line did as well as they could do. I think I said stop running the ball. If I said it once in the text thread, I said it 699 times. I do think we ran the ball a little bit better last night. A little bit.
Yeah, we did, and it looked like we ran the ball 25 times. I think who sent out the stats after the game? I think it was Daniel. Daniel sent out the stats after the game. I was surprised we had run the ball 25 times.
Right.
And I think Daniel's brother was in was in Oklahoma last night.
This dude's having the time of his life. Hold on, there he is. Whoever that dude is having the time of his life.
I think that's Daniel Beck's brother. So listen, those games, when you see those pictures, that's the reason you go.
Yes.
Now, if Alabama loses that game, these are how these trips go. Number one, if Alabama loses the game, it's the fans were terrible, the parking sucked,
right?
The concession lines were long, everything sucked. Since Alabama won, it'd be like, the fans were okay.
They were really nice.
It was a good trip.
It was clean. The bathrooms were really clean.
Really clean. So these trips are emotional roller coasters, but that's why you go to these games to watch Alabama win. I hope they had a great time. Chris Arnold was at somebody else's house. He had to go get in his chair.
MVP of the game was Chris Arnold.
So a lot of really funny stuff. I had some work people on a text. John, by the way, I work with John. He listened to the podcast. He said he was ready to fire everybody.
What did George say?
Meredith said she had fired herself during the first quarter. George thought we had it the whole time.
That's George.
Let's see what else we got, Wendy. I can't really see anything else on here. But all in all, what a roller coaster ride. What a roller coaster. For the University of Alabama. We play Indiana out in the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
And Alabama's got to get ready for that. Wendy, what else you got?
Listen, that's it. Obviously, we'll talk about that, here in a couple weeks. But listen, great gritty win by the University of Alabama. I'm proud to be an Alabama fan today. Was not proud to be an Alabama fan yesterday. I did recognize how spoiled we are, and we are a very spoiled fan base. I've always admitted that. It's never it's not like I sit here and think that we're not that way. But to come back and score 27 unanswered is a pretty big deal. And not only that, when I tell you everybody was against us, Nick Saban was the only one that picked us. Y'all are gonna laugh. Stephen A. Smith actually did pick us. I was in the car yesterday, and in his show, he did pick Alabama. But very few other media did, and I think that drives them a little bit too. I also want to give the Alabama players huge props for not going and standing on their logo and spitting on their logo and acting like low-class trash. That is why I love being an Alabama fan. We don't have to act like that. And, maybe people will start thinking a little bit more about getting on our logo, getting us mad, getting us something to work up about. So all I know, Trey, is we won. The scoreboard said 34-24, and that's what I said had to happen. So,
Wendy, does this not make Christmas and New Year's a lot better?
So much better.
The economy in Alabama is going to be better. I feel better. I mean, it's a good day. Let's go shopping. Let's go.
It's like, let's spend some money. Here's the thing. I woke up, and I feel like the biggest winner in the history of winners. And I'll say this. I want to win every game we play in, but I did not want to lose again to Oklahoma. I didn't want to lose 3 times in a row to Oklahoma. So the fact that we got past them in their house, we are the first college football playoff team to win an away game. Huge deal. And Alabama has the most college football playoff wins out of everybody else. So, I mean, we just keep racking up stats, man, racking up the stats.
Wendy, I woke up this morning. We've got people in Miami, Florida.
Yes.
All the way from Miami. So listen, everybody out there really, really went with it. To the Alabama coaches and the Alabama players.
Yep.
Great job last night. We're fans. I said this at the beginning of this podcast. We're fans. We want to ride the wave. Now, last night, Destiny was looking at me like, man, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I know. So we let us ride the waves. Really, really glad the players and the coaches hung in there and got a big win for Alabama. Wendy, do you have anything else before we get off here?
Yeah, big apology to my husband, Chris. I left we have an upstairs and a downstairs. And so I call it our game room, but it's Alabama themed. It's where I watch all the games. Anyway, full kitchen. You can literally be down there all day. And so I'm down there. I get it all prepped for the game. We're ready to go. And after that first quarter, it was like, we're either going to get a divorce or I'm going to go upstairs. And so I chose to go upstairs. So to my sweet husband, who I love more than anything in the world, who really was just like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I'm like, we look like it was crazy. And I hate that I didn't get to watch the game with you, but now I think that's why we won, is because I came upstairs because the second I came upstairs, we started doing well. So to all those husbands and wives that have to deal with our superstitions and all the craziness, we do appreciate you. We do appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah. Destiny was definitely a little wide-eyed last night. But listen, everybody out there, hope y'all have a great weekend. We're gonna jump off here. Wendy, I don't know if we'll get on one before Christmas. It might be after Christmas, getting ready to go. So everybody out there, Merry Christmas, safe travels. And Wendy, I love you. We'll talk to you soon. And Roll Tide, and I will be the one to say it. Bama is back. It was fun.
Bama's back, baby.
Love you.
Love
All right,
you.
Roll Tide. Bye.
Bye.